to the channel, fool. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you like videos like this.
Tutorial. Hello.
I claim no evil energy from this video. Have you guys seen the spinning kebab?
Why is a gentleman wearing a suit carrying a bag of chips along with him? Very strange, right?
What is that?
Now what's more strange is the cost of this chips bag is a whopping $1,850.
Dang.
Yes, you heard it right. These are not your ordinary chips bags that come with potato chips inside them. These are actually designer bags from the popular brand Balenciaga that are made using leather. A zip on the top opens the bag with shiny silver coating inside and other general information on the back, just like a normal chips bag. Currently, there are 3 flavors to choose from: yellow-colored, cheese and onion, blue-colored, salt and vinegar, and the red-colored, spicy chili exclusive. These luxury items may seem ridiculous to most of us, but they are often seen as status symbols in the fashion world.
And people are losing their minds. If you agree, press the like button.
But my favorite object is this one. I was working with a dealer in New York who would send me images of sarcophaguses that were up for auction, and they were always a little bit too colorful, and they always kind of looked a little fake to me. But anyway, finally this one came, and so it was so worth the wait. We call her Liza, after Liza Minnelli.
Can somebody tell me how I bought it? It should be in a museum.
Only in Sex Central. Only in South Central, yes. They did have a security guard. I don't know what the fuck happened.
What on earth?
See, during the night, the day, fuck the day, bro. The night is when it's needed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, hell.
I'm doing myself, but I don't.
Are you coming out of the closet?
No, I was just
When?
talking.
When will you?
I can't.
Huh?
I can't. If there's nothing in the closet, I can't come out with it. But shout out to the agency. I do have a agency.
The what?
The agency. It's a full-on agency that focuses on LGBTQI plus talent. We've been in business for like 2 years. But I do have the agency, but I don't indulge. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the agency.
Let me ask you something, Ray J.
Okay.
What do you think about the undercover community?
I think that if you roll in undercover, right, there's no need to, because I think the opportunities are endless if the truth can set you free. So if that's what you like to do, that's why we started the agency, and that's why I'm an advocate for the agency.
You started that?
With Tarad and Dumpin' D. With Tarad and Dumpin' D. And then I also have the Girls Club, which is a full transgender show on my network, Tronics, and it's, 13.
Oh, so that's what you've been doing. You've been trying to interact with me to promote your shows, I guess.
No,
right?
you was talking about gayness.
But why beating around the bush?
What is this guy doing?
It's okay, guys. They're wearing gloves.
Despite removing his ears, he's only 75% done with his transformation into what he calls the Black Alien Project, and what he has planned next is beyond extreme. Anthony Loffredo's transformation started at 24 years old after he realized he wasn't happy in his body, and he says the more he removed, the more complete he felt. He's cut off his top lip, spliced his tongue in two, cut off the front of his nose, cut off both of his ears, has cut off 2 of his fingers, and has various implants in his arms and head. But what he has planned next is wild. At the end of last year, Anthony said the project had lost all meaning to him and he was done altering his body. But that was short-lived as he's just started working on his transformation once again. He eventually wants to split his man part in half and even amputate one of his legs.
Real question is, what happened to him as a child? And should these doctors have their license revoked? Or should they be sued?
Okay.
This guy in North Carolina, he was leasing this giant warehouse, and FEMA had no place to put all their stuff. He's like, you can use part of my warehouse.
Voluntarily open it up to them.
Being a rad guy. And so what they also put in there was pallets worth of prime drink, and apparently there's some ingredient that is not approved through FEMA. And then they went to the guy and said, since you had this in your warehouse, you no longer have a lease. We are apprehending your warehouse. And so he's kicked out of his own place for offering it. They put the prime in there, and they said, can't have that in there.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, some would
Dude,
say.
this is sounding like William Wallace, prima nocta, medieval English garbage.
That's my warehouse, and I shall take her.
This is crazy.
And they did him dirty, Diddy style.
They found out why cookies and milk are that addictive. Why? Because it's one of the most addictive things in the world. Yes or no, right?
Yeah.
Like you have cookies and milk. Everyone has it together. And everyone's addicted to desserts, especially the ones that are like cookies, cake, and all that stuff.
Like paired together, so like you're saying cookies can't go with cake, milk?
So any dessert that has a lot of dairy and any dessert that has a lot of gluten.
Okay.
And that's pretty much like all great desserts, all W desserts.
Yeah.
Check this out. So they found out there's a certain chemical found in milk called casein, right?
Okay.
And there's a certain chemical found in a lot of gluten desserts. Now, I forgot exactly what the term is, but at nighttime, especially when your body goes to rest, those two chemicals, it mixes together and creates an opiate.
Really?
Yeah. It stimulates and simulates an opiate. So your body, your gut will create that drug in it when those things are mixed together. And that's why almost every freaking dessert has what? Has dairy and has gluten and mixes together, and those are the addicting ones.
Wow. Yeah, no, because the opiate makes you feel good, right? That's like the point.
It makes makes you feel
satisfied.
It's like that feeling, euphoric.
And then when you're a kid, you eat it before bed, and then you're in bed and you feel good.
You feel nice.
So now it's like,
and you get addicted to it, and then that's why you keep having it.
Damn.
I don't know if it's real, but hey, all I know, sugar is addictive.
What's up, homie?
Whoa!
There you go, homie. Come here, bro.
Hey, what the f, dude?
Come here, homie.
Nah, dude.
Hell no.
Nah, I'm cool, bro.
Dude.
Hell no, homie.
No, I'm not gonna chill with you, dude.
You want some of this? It's actually Nas, homie.
Nah.
Oh, shit. Like in a movie.
Level of secrecy and secret facilities and the capabilities of our nationally kept secrets would shatter most people's imagination of what is possible.
Are you aware of what happened to the yellow cube and how it was used and so on.
I believe that the yellow cube still exists.
Okay, well, that coincides with the testimony we got.
The yellow cube or the yellow book would give you your possible future.
Yes.
So it took basically the choices that you would inherently make along a timeline and tell you what that timeline would be, given that you made all the choices that your brain would make.
Well, this is exactly what I was just going to ask you. What we were told is that leaders of governments and so on, people in high places, politically, would use this to try to see their most optimum future and then follow those. So they were using it to enhance their wealth, et cetera, in a very egotistical way.
All of this information that is currently held secret and classified is actually real.
Isn't the Tesseract Loki give to Thanos?
Okay, I'm pulling up to the house. Look at my Halloween decorations. Look at the hands. You guys remember that? These are all my kids' hands. And our friends, we plastered all of our hands. I'm gonna get up close and show you. Okay, so these are all of my kids' hands. That one's mine with the nails. Look at this one with the knife. That's our chef's hand. We had so much fun doing this and plastering all of our hands. There's all these skeletons or skulls at the front door. And then when you get inside, there's even more. I'm gonna take a video at night so you can see. But my hallway has all the skeleton bones. I want to show you guys my hallway. I want to show you guys my hallway, decorated for the holidays.
Ultra creepy.
These guys are pretty scary at night. Pretty creepy.
Hey, check this out, folks. Those homeless, they ain't around, dude. I'm paying $2,000 for a little apartment. This dude built this whole little homeless, well, it's not even that's a structure there, with a clock and an AC unit on that motherfucker, dude. My boy got a better house than I do. Built into the side of the building with no HOA fees. Cabrones estos güeyes, la neta, güey, you gotta give it to them. My boy got the clock on there, got the AC unit. Man, that's pretty nice.
And that's the beauty of LA. You can live here rent free. And if people catch you in the streets,
there are 150,000 unaccounted for children that cross the border every year that are unaccounted for. There is a certain level of darkness that comes with levels of high wealth, because Rook just asked me right now that I think that he could rape somebody. You know, these are people who are not used to being told no. And like, I know a gentleman who has a yacht. Like, the yacht probably costs like $200 million. And there's an entire staff that stays on this yacht. They stay for 6 months, the other staff come for the next 6 months. So if you got enough money, you can buy a person, you can buy their time. So that's the level of what's going on.
Now, there's been a lot of alleged saying that him with different celebrities in videos exist, both male and female. Do you know that to be true?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen some stills.
question for real is, where are the children?
Are there still people out there looking at this weather thinking that everything is normal? By the way, it's flooding more and not in Spain this time. Look how big the hail is that came down in Cyprus. Y'all, this is not freaking normal. I can't even with the people who say this stuff is normal. And like I said before, this is not in Spain this time. I'm about to show you what Spain looks like now. This is in Israel. It's kind of weird how all this weather is breaking out the way it is. And at the same exact time of all the flooding and all the hail, it's snowing in Saudi Arabia. At the same time. And people are just like, oh, it's normal. And Spain is absolutely destroyed. This is so sad. And remember, they just saw that devil's comet in the sky the night before while it was going on. Again, randomly. And bonus, this weird band popped up in 2022, November 5th, right? We are now starting to see the exact same thing, wild to say the least.
They try to convince you guys it's global warming. But what about weather manipulation?
Bruh, you can't get some salads, hair store nowhere, bruh. Ain't no hair pack come this big to get, bruh. Man, dang.
Again. What?
Hey, we want to check on Timu.
Have the feds been in contact with you? I did watch your YouTube interview. I saw as of 2 weeks ago they haven't been in contact with you. What about today?
Yes.
So they have been in contact with you. Is that why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay.
Homeland Security.
Oh, wow. So were you surprised, or was that the call that you were kind of waiting for?
Surprise.
Oh. Do you feel like the interview had anything to do with it, or?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you know Sean Combs?
Generation. You know, Frank Lucas, the godfather, and his father, and then we both was in the music business for 30 years together.
So you personally know him?
Not who? No, who personally?
Sean Combs.
Not personally.
But you know of him, he knows
I know
of you.
him, yeah. I used to be in Tupac, Hussein Fatal. He stopped a lot of my music. A lot of other people who didn't care about him. Understand? It's not around today.
Right, so
Stewart from Def Jam Records.
You made a lot of allegations, right? Are you expected to eventually turn those things over, or?
Well, that's what we're going to head over to do now. So we have a hearing now to determine what we're going to do in terms of what documents we'll have to turn over and what documents we will not.
So why were you in court?
Just to give testimony to the grand jury. He was subpoenaed by the court. So as we all know, if you don't answer a subpoena, the marshals will come to your house as they came to his house, and they will bring you here. So that's why we're here today.
I know you can't mention celebrities per se. You did mention some in the interview. So just to clarify, you can back that up with actual factual footage.
We have, it's things that we have, but we got to go to the other courthouse. So I don't know if that's any more questions, but we got another hearing.
Are you nervous, or do you feel cool?
Nah, I ain't never nervous. Only thing that's fair to me is God.
So I know you did mention what was on the flash drive before. Would you be able to kind of go over that now, or is that something that you can't discuss?
No, we're trying to go to discuss that now, what we will be able to talk to in terms of what was available and what was on those flash drives.
Okay.
But it was the book,
So it is Kim Porter's book, but not necessarily some of the stuff with the celebs that were mentioned besides.
It's hers. Nobody touched it.
Oh, so it is her official book.
Yes.
And no one touched it.
Nobody altered it. Nothing.
So it's not the copy that the gentleman said that he was selling before. No.
No.
It's two different copies. That one was at, and we have the original copy.
So you're saying that the other copy was an actual real copy, even though the family said it wasn't.
It was a derivative work.
It was edited. The only way the family say that is because I forgot his name. Albie Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And besides that, how they know? A lot of stuff their mother did, they didn't know. I'd like to say apologize to the mother and the family for the picture being on front of it.
Right.
You understand? I didn't put it there.
Right.
So, they got to worry about bigger things.
Right.
Than what her diary was. You understand?
Right.
They should have started worrying when he was beating her.
Right.
When you start worrying about your mother. after the fact.
Right. So the book, do you think it'll ever like be open to the public or after this or?
That'll be the next thing. I've been contracted to go to Amazon and work out whatever legalities that may have existed prior so that we can republish the book.
Wow, so the public will get to see her actual words and thoughts.
So very soon, the actual unedited version. We'll be putting that out soon.
So I mean, I'm wondering, do you own the rights, I guess, or how does that work?
I guess on rights was given to me, right?
I'll say possession is not for the law.
You have that feeling those tapes gonna be destroyed somehow?
There is a belief out there that the head of the power pyramid of intelligence agencies is NASA. Because if you think about this, it's the one thing that everybody wants to work together on. Like, we're possibly we're having this weird kind of nuclear standoff with Russians, but somehow, some way, we're all working on a space station together. That and Antarctica are the two things where everyone like puts their differences aside. We're like, let's all work together. And it's like, there is this real belief that the head of the snake of the intelligence agencies, which is like Mossad, CIA, MI6, is NASA Space Station, is the NASA organization.
Is the world stage just to keep us divided?
High fives and hugs as these thieves celebrate their high-end heist straight out of a Hollywood movie.
At first, I thought it was like they cut a hole in the wall and they got in and they did a quick robbery and they left. But it turned out that it took more than 24 hours.
It happened at Huner Jewelry in West Hollywood, all of it unfolding without any alarm until the thieves were wrapping up their robbery. The four suspects struck June 17th, first cutting a hole through the wall of the business next door to get into the jewelry store, then spending hours using high-powered blowtorches to cut through the metal safe. By the time they were done, everything was gone. Several of the suspects clearly caught on camera despite trying to conceal their identities. The Gukasian family, who has owned the store since 1986, says despite the devastating loss, they aren't giving up.
We've pretty much lost everything that we had in the store, but we are very optimistic. We are strong.
Little sketchy. Is that an inside job? Because the suspects look a lot like the owners. AI or not AI?
In China, we meet an amazing kung fu master. Naka-sensei touches this stone pillar and is amazed. This feeling is more rock than stone. What does the master do with this rock pillar?
Ooh.
He says he trains himself to hit the stone 3,000 times a day. He is a master of the five ancestors' fist.
Fam, I want to see the x-rays.
Be aware, man. This is how they open the hotel room doors. I know summer is here and some of y'all gonna be going on vacation and going to hotels and all that. But this is how they doing it, man. They put in some type of wire under the door and... I mean, this is crazy. Oh, shit. They try to catch the... Oh, the person ran away. Look what they're using to... So that's what I'm doing. They're using a magnet. Wow. That's crazy.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Have you ever heard of a real witch summoning demons and trapping them inside cans of water? Inside this very warehouse sits the entire inventory of liquid death mountain water. Each can is about to be infused with real demons by a real witch.
A lot of what I practice can be considered traditional witchcraft.
What you're about to witness is very real, very dangerous, and in my opinion, a terrible idea.
We enter into the dark half of the year. Now is the time of the dead. I ask you, spirits, those who are listening, I invite you here. I offer this water as a vessel for you to come into this world. When the cans are opened, you are released. I welcome you. Now is the time of the dead.
Demon-infused liquid death. If you drink it, will you become possessed?
You guys drinking that water? That water just been sponsored by Satan. It's just demonic. Next level shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the South Mountain Guy here, season 2. And here we are. Remember last season when I said that they were blocking off the Hobart Trail with big river rock and blocking the Hobart Trail where you go to the door and the actual ruins? Well, check it out. This season, on season 2, look at what they've done. They've actually blocked the trail. See the trail going into the Hobart, to the back trail? Now this gate's been here a while, but they put these cables. See this cable? See the brush where there would possibly be a snake? Why would they put this cable right here? I'll tell you why. It's to keep you out. Season 2, the South Mountain Guy. I'm back. God be with you. There she is. The Sphinx of South Mountain. Arizona's wonder of the world, and I'm gonna prove it.
A Sphinx here in America. What are they hiding up there? I think this is the same dude, right?
Let me show y'all boys something. Playing all these crackhead games. Look at this. Check it out now. Them boys working. Them boys grinding it up. You see them boys load these trucks up. Them boys load me up too. Y'all playing. Look at them boys. Them boys sliding with them pallets.
This video is from San Francisco. A stamped brick with ARR, and we know that what used to be there said T, car. It's TCARR. Look at this.
Huh.
You can see that there are still fully intact bricks in what otherwise fully melted. Like that one right there.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
Much of it is melted beyond recognition, but
That's
a
what
lot
it
of
is.
it, like this, is still obviously a wall. Now, how old is this tree?
Right.
How long ago did this happen?
That's in San Francisco. I gotta go check it out.
Yes, definitely.
You need to.
Get the drone. It's all melted down like as if it was candle wax hit with a torch.
That is what that looks like, dude.
Rolling down channels.
Holy
Channels of
mackerel.
melted bricks. Like right there. Look at that. Still bricks sitting there, and that's the same kind of brick that this is, that's stamped.
This is the evidence because there is a case of partial preservation of what was there. You know, because if you didn't find the bricks, you didn't see the little details of bricks in there, somebody would just say, oh, well, wind and water did this over 1 million years, right? They would say, oh, it was 15 billion years caused rocks to look like this. No, it took about probably 10 seconds of like the hottest thing you could possibly imagine, just burning something, and it literally melted like a candle melts. That's what you see there. Like, what happened in our recent past? I think it's very fascinating. When I really got curious about the western part of the United States and like stuff like the Valley of Fire, in my mind, I was thinking of the days of Noah, maybe. I was thinking maybe like sometime around like the days of Jesus, like thousands of years ago. But when you find stamped bricks in there, so that means there was a brick factory that made bricks, right? You know, so obviously I think even like the earliest brick factories were like in the we're told, the mid 19th century. They had factories that made bricks en masse. So when did this thing melt like that?
Dude, I just looked up melted brick wall San Francisco. There ain't nothing about this, dude.
What I can say is, hey, we've been lied to. Nobody wanted to catch my man.
You want a real rabbit hole? We're going to Turkey. Turkey has some of the wildest stuff on the planet, hands down. Who makes it? Look at this. This is Eagle Castle. I'm probably butchering that name, but does that not look like a pillar to you? Like a giant pillar? That's huge. That's what people, look at the boat. There's a rock-cut monastery that you can go inside, just like the one in Ethiopia. When you go inside this one, it's decorated head to toe like a cathedral. Turkey is ancient. We have megalithic architecture and rock-cut temples in Sorna, the city of oracles, and the ancient theater of Side rivals the Colosseum in Rome. It's insane. Göbekli Tepe and Karahan Tepe are also in Turkey. These two push civilization back 5,000 years from what we thought. They were buried really fast, like something was happening outside. The fact that every ancient culture has a flood myth would make Derinkuyu make sense. It's an 8-story underground city with locking doors, water access, and air vents. 20,000 people can live in this city, and it is connected by a 5-mile-long tunnel to Kemakli, another underground city, forming a network of over 200 underground cities in Turkey. Its next-door neighbor, Armenia, has a megalithic avenue similar to Karnak in France, making this whole area the most mysterious thing I've ever seen.
And that's just more proof of past resets.
Ya Allah. Apa itu? Ada yang ngintip di pintu. Sumpah, guys. Itu ada yang ngintip di pintu, guys. Set! Ma! Ah! Apa itu, Cok?
They turned that bus into a BBQ.
Oh, he's playing freaking Call of Duty. Actor dealership. Oh my god. Look, he's in a plastic chair. Oh my god.
This video is at least 10 years old, and it's not AI.
My point was they didn't hide that from me. They're challenging us to find it. My only question is how come there aren't more of us out there finding them? This is a big world, and most humans love mysteries. And the video is available. And even though NASA moved the satellite almost onto the horizon after they found out what we were doing, we still were able to get the satellite. I just don't see, I've had no agents at my house. I've communicated with the Canadian Space Agency, but I can't, for their protection at this point, I can't give you the name, but let me just say that we ran it by our own country's space agency due to the connections we had.
What was their comment?
That it was the most popular underground tape among the astronauts. You know, that it was the one they all wanted to have a copy and show their friends at night. Like, that was the reaction. This is a great tape. We love looking at it. Everyone just thinks it's the greatest. No, the Canadian Space Agency has been very cooperative. They communicated with Washington headquarters and received an answer. And we've been receiving answers from JPL in California. Everyone's talking to us. No one's threatening us. And all the video has been totally available the whole time. So I don't hold that NASA is going out of their way. I think they make it difficult like anybody. When I used to hide Easter eggs for my niece and nephew, you don't make it too easy. And it's not easy to do. This is very hard. I want to emphasize that even for me, this has been a very hard but fun thing to do. And I think the preponderance, I think you have to do what I did. You have to record every moment of every flight over a period of years if you're looking to substantiate something of this magnitude and importance. I took what Professor Weinberg of Simon Fraser University said very seriously. If you really want to do this, duplicate it. Get it in every lighting condition. Get it under every circumstance. Get it in every circumstance you can. And the one that made me happiest, funny enough, was almost the last flights I recorded because I got it in black and white. There was a CCD camera put on one of the flights, and I thought that's the charge coupling device, which is an electronic way, rather than the old tubes, these big tubes that are slower on their scans. So as soon as the faster scanning and tube CCD was on the black and white, I challenged myself again. You should be able to find them, and I did. So I've got them in black and white, but I've got them under, and I know which camera. I now know where to look for them. In STS-80, when the door wouldn't open, you know, they had the spacewalk scheduled, and the door wouldn't open. I remember watching that and seeing all of this third phenomena, the second space phenomena, but the third phenomena, all around the door. And they were moving the door and trying to get it open. And I'd never seen this phenomena do that before. A flight or two later, the astronauts were commenting right on the feed that there was something had come through the door. They were seeing these flashing colored lights.
The light flashing off of HST there. Again. I thought it was me. What? I just thought of it in my imagination. Yeah, I saw it too, so it's not. There was two of them. There's another one. What are they? There's sort of lights flickering in here. Maybe they're taking pictures. What is this? There's this thing passing in front of us. What are the lights? Which one? I was guessing that one for a second, but I had that one the whole time. Yeah, I was looking at that one.
Is NASA the biggest gatekeeper of all? And did you guys enjoy this video? If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.